All right, I got a problem. Look at this. You know, I'm trying to audition pedals for my big pedal board build, and honestly, I'm glad I'm doing this. If you saw a video, a few videos back, or last video, I don't really remember, I was talking about the Ghostfire boards and how like these are nice, the little 20, because it kind of looks like a big board, but I can like move things in and out. I'm not like committing to everything because I have all these pedals and I'm auditioning what will work, what won't work. The Boss EQ-200. If you don't know, my plan was to put this at the end of the chain. I have my overdrive, my comp. I have my HX1 first, actually, in this configuration. First, second, drive, tailspin, delay, reverb. Then I go to the tone X's. Then I go to the Boss because I want to do some final shaping beyond the tone X's. Why? Because if you do any EQ or tone shaping before, it's just sending more drive, more EQ, like it's coming from your guitar, rather than you have more control over this. It's kind of like what they would do at the soundboard, but maybe the sound technician's got a lot of other things to think about, and you know how you want a certain guitar to sound at a certain time on a song, and so you can program different presets like I've done here, and I have this foot switch set up to scroll through different presets, but there's a problem, and let me just let you hear what the problem is. So I got my pedal board set up. I got my EQ nice and flat, but maybe I want to scroll over to this EQ for a little bit more punchier clarity in the mids, because, turn this off real quick, here's what it would sound like. So cool. Like you can shape your tone before it leaves your soundboard and get some cool different sounds. Here's some different shapes depending on how maybe you've dialed in your amps just like you like them, but you grab a different guitar and you want it to sound different, or maybe there's a lead line that sound punchier. I think this sounded really good with the lead. Gives you options, but maybe you just noticed the problem, and it's a problem, okay? It cuts out in between presets. When I go between manual 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've programmed it to switch back around to manual, it literally drops off and like loads the new preset. Why? I did not expect that at all. Like we know, I'm a huge Helix, HX Stomp, Pod Go. You can't go from preset to preset on those without it cutting out. Why? It's got to load new amps, new wet effects, new everything. So to get around that, they do snapshots where they take all the same effects, and then you can manipulate the parameters, and you don't have to leave the preset to reload something. The DSP just catches up and you can do whatever you want. I thought this being just one effect, this would just act like different snapshots of the same effect, but it still cuts out. And because it's at the end of the chain, even the reverb and the delay cut out. If it was up here at the beginning, you might not notice it as much, but it literally takes my big, huge wet signal and brings it back up. Listen. What is that? No, that does not work for me. That does not work for me. Boo. The only time I don't notice it is when I'm just turning it on and off. So like, say I like this sound. On and off it works, but going preset to preset? No. But But that's what these tests are for.
But that's what these tests are for!
So I'm trying to think through my other options. There was only one other stereo. It has to be stereo because I'm coming out of the two tone X's. One other stereo EQ, and it's the source audio. I didn't want that one as much because it doesn't have the tactile knobs right here where I could change something on the fly if I wanted to. Like if I'm on one of these presets and I'm like, oh, that sounds good, but I actually just want to boost it real quick. It just takes memory. I can choose where to put it or just overwrite it right there. Super easy to use. So the source audio is not as easy to use, which is why I didn't go with that one. I say it's not, I don't know. Would be controlling all this with MIDI anyways, eventually, and it is MIDI controlled. So I need you to let me know. Does it also cut out? Because if it does, being at the end of the chain, that does not work for me. So then I thought, what's another pedal that would do it? Aha! The HX1 is stereo in, stereo out. Let's see. Let's see what it does. Now it's at the beginning of the chain and I'm not really ready to rewire this, but let's listen to it. You can scroll through different presets like this. They all say distortion. I just didn't rename them all. They're all different EQs with a little bit of different EQ on them. Let's hear how it sounds. I can tell it's cutting out. Like it's doing that same quick pop, even though it's the same effect. It's literally going to a new preset, not acting like a snapshot would, like I was hoping. So if I put this at the end of the chain, that little bit of a blip there, it's gonna do the same thing because that's all this is doing. And as the reverb and delay, all that's on, it literally cuts out. I mean, no. Okay, so what am I gonna do? I know I could fix this problem with the H90. I could, but I don't want to. I don't want the H90 to do that. It's stereo in and out, and you can have two effects on, two hungry DSP effects on at the same time. Go to another preset with two more effects, and it will still spill over and trail on. So I know I could use this for that. That's not what I want that for. I wanted all these different presets. So as of right now, I'm just determined to pick the two sounds that I want. And just turn it on and off, I guess. And then I'll turn it off, go to a different part of the song. I might want a different sound for maybe, and it's still useful. It's not like it's not useful, but like this sound right here, I might want for a finger picking sound. Why? And I did just think of something while I was editing. There is one pedal that does this really well, and that's the Helix, the HX Stomp. You can put an EQ at the end of your signal chain and control it via snapshots and have as many different sounds as you want, and it doesn't cut out. Another win for the modelers. I mean, my whole challenge was to see if I could make a Helix pedal board out of pedals, and I'm coming up on this little problem, this little issue that we got to figure out. So let me know it in the comments, down in the comments, if you can think of a solution that I haven't thought about yet. Thank you for watching. Stick around, subscribe. Lots of good content coming out right around the corner. If you want to help support the channel, go check out my resources. I sell products for all the HX Stomp, Helix stuff, presets, the Expanse Pack, ever-growing collection of presets, the Sunday Ready Pack that is not included in the Expanse Pack. People always ask me that. No, it's two separate things. The Sunday Ready Pack is just like a smaller pack. It's like 10 presets. Some of them have actually 20 presets because I dialed in some for single coils and some for humbuckers, but basically they're all very similar presets with different amps and IRs dialed in. So you just pick the preset that sounds good with whatever guitar you're playing that day, and then you just go play. The Expanse Pack is ever growing. Tons of fun stuff in there. Both good. Get them both. If you want, you can always use the code WELCOME15 to get 15% off anytime. So, yeah, go check it out. Thank you. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.